Good afternoon. My name is Reynon Hayat, and today I'm going to interview an entrepreneur from Usana. His name is Mark Mauricio. So, to start this off, why don't you tell me a little more about this Usana? What is Usana, and what is the nature of this business?
Okay, thanks for that, Reina. Usana, it basically means true health. It's a Latin word meaning you for truth, sana for health. Usana. It came from Utah. The founder of it is Dr. Mario. By the way, he's not an entrepreneur. He's more of a scientist. And Usana was founded 22 years ago. And its nature is more on the right side.
Oh, neat. So, why don't you tell me how Usana started?
Yes, well, as I was saying a while ago, Usana started in 22 years ago. It was founded by Dr. Myron Wentz. Actually, he's a doctorate degree, PhD degree holder. He studies more on self-cultivation. And then what he does is that he have a formula, and then he incorporated it to the company's product, which is what we call Usana. Actually, it's an award-winning product, which was given a Albert Einstein Award, which was almost equal to a Nobel Peace Prize Award. So when you say Dr. Albert Einstein Award, it is not given every year. So it is only given when there is a specific breakthrough or it's a specific achievement in certain fields, like for life sciences. For Dr. Myron, it is for life sciences, which is he's the second recipient of the Albert Einstein Award.
Okay, thank you. That was very interesting. So, can you tell me some of the benefits that we can get from the products of Usana?
Well, there's basically a lot that you could get from Usana. So as I mentioned a while ago, its founder is a scientist. So compared to other company or products that's out there, it's more on business needs or how they gain the profit from their company. But for Usana, it's more focused on scientifically proven formulation that we incorporated from our product Usana. And actually, we have a book here. It's called Comparative Guide to Nutritional Supplement. So you can get this at a national bookstore or at Amazon.com. It basically compares products in Canada and USA, their quality against each other. So this was researched by Lyle McWilliam. It's equivalent for one club year here in the Philippines. So benefits, there's a lot in terms of health. You can get good night's sleep better, and then you'll be more energized when you get up. And there's bowel movement. It will be much better for you. It will normalize your metabolism for those guys who want to lose some weight. It's also beneficial for them. And then what else? Prevention. Food supplements is actually meant for prevention for degenerative disease. So if you have food supplement or vitamins that you're taking to combat these problems, then it will be much more better for you. It will be better for you to have this protection. We have this notion that prevention is better than cure, right? Prevention is better than cure. But actually, how many people does this? Or how many people do this?
Not many. That's many, right?
So that's why I like this. I like sharing this business to other people, because eventually part of our discussion is I give them a presentation on health awareness, because I'm an IT consultant. I work as an part-time for this business, but now I'm doing it full-time because it can give me time freedom and then health as well, and can have more time for my family.
Oh, thank you for that. So, what were the problems that you encountered during your, how do you say this? While you worked at Usana, and while you're still working now, what are the problems?
Problems is that of course there's learning curve. I have the employee mindset and the for me to transition to an entrepreneur mindset, that's an entirely a different mindset. What do you mean by entirely different mindset? Employee mindset, they immediately want to earn money. For example, they trade their time for money. I work now, work 8 hours, and then I get paid for those 8 hours. But when you put up a business, you don't get paid immediately. Most of the money will come from you. Will come from the investor, and then you have to learn some of things that businessmen or entrepreneur needs. And then you need to have patience for that one. And then what else? And then business is more on taking risk. A lot of people don't take risk nowadays. They just want to earn money immediately. But if you're gonna do business, you need to be patient. You need to study, transition your mindset from from employee mindset to entrepreneur mindset. And then be patient that you will not earn money immediately. You will earn money after you have gained a proper system wherein you can have a system that will work, that you can earn money from the things that you build. For example, me, I have business partners here in my business. And then for this business, I need to teach them how the company works. Also to teach them to change their mindset, because sometimes people just want to immediately earn money, but it doesn't work that way. You need to be patient and you need to persevere hard for this kind of business.
See. So why don't you tell me how you actually solve these problems?
How I solve these problems? It's more on training, attending trainings, and then getting the tools that I need to combat these problems, because as I told you, I'm not an entrepreneur at the start of the business, but I'm also an employee like everyone else.
You started down low and then you got yourself higher.
Yes, but the solution for that is that to start now. If you won't start now, when will you start? When you're older and when you're already 60 years old. The learning curve is very, very, it takes process and it takes long. So you won't start now when? A lot of people have good business ideas but they don't put it to practice. And then sometimes when they fail, they just fail and then don't persevere hard enough to regain or to gain back what they lost. Sometimes they just want to earn what they lost and then give up. But for you to have a good business, you need to have a good process for it.
And then when you said that in order to be a good entrepreneur at a business or a company, you said there were risks involved. When you took that risk, how did you know that you weren't going to fail? That you weren't gonna go bankrupt or anything like that?
Well, if you're doing business, there's really a chance that you'll get bankrupt. Every business, involves a chance of getting bankrupt. But as I told you, you need to get there. You need to start. It's just like riding a bike. There's a risk of getting injured. There's a risk of getting wounded. But of course, if you won't start, you won't learn from your mistakes. You won't learn how to correct the things that you've made that made you lose some of your money or your capital. But as long as you correct them and as long as you persevere, then as long as you study and then learn from good mentors that you can learn from how they become successful. Because nowadays, we just listen to other people's opinion. Like for example, we ask some of our colleagues, do you want to have a business? But also your colleague doesn't have any idea of what kind of business is good. They have their opinions and ideas, but of course, it's not proven. So you need to have a mentor to have a good business.
Wow, it sounds like you had a good mentor
I
yourself.
do have a good mentor.
Why don't you tell us a little more about him?
Mentors, actually, there's a lot of good mentors. For example, Dr. Myron, when I attended convention in Utah, the way that he talks, the way that he speaks is entirely different from people here that's talking here in the Philippines.
How so?
Well, there's a difference in our studies, right?
Yeah.
In America and US, in America and here in the Philippines. And you can also feel his his enthusiasm in the company that, or in the his family that he created from this business. So from science, from health, and then he gave that all to us, and then it's more on sharing about the product, the company's product, and its benefits to each and every one of us.
I see. Thank you. So, can you tell me about the secret to your success?
Secret to your success is not to give up. Not to give up. Even if there's a lot of problem, you shouldn't give up. If you're gonna peel fast and do it now, or don't do it later, because the more you peel, the more you get solutions to your problem. And the problem with some of the entrepreneurs is that when they peel, they get lost and then they stop. They think that there's no more solution to their problem, and then that's it. That's the end of the work for them. They don't try to get back on their feet, and they stop the business. So you need to persevere. You need to be patient. You need to take risk. You need to learn from good mentors. You need to be. You're doing your work very diligently. Do your business very diligently, because this business is yours. While work, it is not yours. It will always be your boss's work. But your business is yours. You can pass it down to your family, to your sons and daughters. That's what a good business is.
Thank you. I will be sure to keep that in mind. And finally, last but not the least, what advice can you give to would-be entrepreneurs of the future?
Advice that I could give: start now. All I can say, start now. Don't procrastinate. If you have ideas, put it into practice. If you want to learn something, study now. If you have business ideas but you don't put it into practice, you don't learn from mentors, then eventually it will get lost and then nothing will happen. But if you start now, you learn from your mistakes, learn from good people, and incorporate yourself with good business partners, good mentors, and study, then eventually you'll be successful with your business. Don't give up, and keep always a positive mindset, because a lot of people, I can see that 98% of all the people are pessimistic. They always think that something wrong will happen, and then they don't find solutions to their problems.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure interviewing you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Okay, bye.
And there you have it. With this wonderful interview in mind, I've learned a